Yo, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy BDB, and today I have a video I want to talk about. It is going on in the streamer world with a particular man by the name of Duke Dennis. Now, if you did not hear what happened, Duke Dennis has been recently exposed, not even exposed, but basically a lot of people have found out the truth that Duke Dennis has a kid. I don't know if it's a boy. I don't know how many kids he has. Some people say it's 1. Some people say it's 3. Some people say it's 8, 12, whatever. But look, my whole thing about this, a lot of people have had a lot of speculations. A lot of people are outraged because they were like, oh, if he's a streamer, why wouldn't he tell us this? Or why wouldn't he say something about it so we can congratulate, like something like that. And a lot of other people are just like, I don't care. What does that have to do with my life? What does that have to do with your life? And a lot of other people are like, y'all are very weird. You're very parasocial because that is not his business to tell you. And I'm here to say it right now. I agree with those people who are saying, why does that matter? If Duke Dennis had 50 million kids, what does that matter to you? What does Duke Dennis having 50 million kids have to do with your life? There's some things that people like to keep private. Most people like to keep their relationships private. Some people like to keep their social life, like house life, social life private. Some people like to keep their kids private. And mainly, I understand why you keep your kids private. Because here's the reason why. If you got to understand where Duke Dennis level is at. If I'm showcasing off my kid a lot, guess what? There's going to be a lot of kids who just want to be his friend just because his father is Duke Dennis. You got to let that settle in. There's going to be, if it's a girl, there's going to be so many guys who's just going to want to try and get with her because Duke Dennis is the dad. They want to get clout. If it's a guy, so many girls just want to get with him just because Duke Dennis is the dad. There's some people who will date somebody else because either the mom is rich, the dad is rich, or something else like that. But people, what does that hold for your life? What does Duke Dennis having kids do for your life? It does completely nothing. Completely nothing. If Duke Dennis has kids, okay, everybody in this, well, not everybody, but like most adults in this world over the age of 30 have kids by now. Most of them have kids. So what significance does Duke Dennis, who's over 30 years old, having kids, what does that hold? Nothing. Duke Dennis is a regular human being. He's a guy. He's a male who has kids. He's a father now. And that we found out about. So what? A lot of y'all is show, and really in reality, this is really showing how weird and parasocial y'all really are. Because if you're really going crazy over Duke Dennis having kids, buddy, you need to check, you need to go outside and touch grass. You need to talk to other people. You need to do something else because that's parasocial. That's parasocial. That's pushing parasocial. But a lot of people need to understand with this whole Duke Dennis situation. It literally does nothing for your life. Nothing. A lot of these women, if you're mad, you're just mad because it's not you. You're just mad because it's not you. A lot of these dudes, if you're mad, what are you being mad at another grown man for not saying he got kids? And here's the reason I'm starting to realize. This is the reason why he didn't want to say he had kids. Because a lot of y'all would have been going crazy. Trying to figure out who the baby mama is. Trying to figure out who the kids are. Trying to dig deep and dig dive. Like you're trying to do a deep dive into everything about Duke Dennis. And you don't need to do that, bro. If he has kids, he has kids. Okay, so end all be all. Okay, cool. Duke Dennis has kids. That does nothing else. Okay? A lot of y'all are weird and parasocial, and y'all need to understand that. But like I said, man, that's going to consist of this video. But a lot of y'all need some help. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and that's going to be this video.